Hey guys, before I start today's episode, I wanted to show you something. So I was out scouting around for some base locations, which is the topic of today's episode. This is recorded before everything. I wanted to show you this. So I was scouting around, and while I was out and about, I found a male ovis. I could not bring it back here because taming one, finding one is rare, and this was out in the let me take my gloves off real quick so I can show you. It was right out here, so I had to bring it back because there was no way it would have survived without me bringing it back here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tame it. So we now have a male ovis. I now need to find a female ovis. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering where I got the sweet veggie cake, that was from one of the Halloween drops. I have a couple more in my preserving bin. So I just need to tame up one more, and then I can get them mating whenever I need mutton. So that's going to be great. Now that we have one ovis, we can begin looking for another. So I'm just going to throw some berries on him for now. I also took down the ramp so nothing can get in here. Will still be a taming pen, but at the moment I don't need it for that. So yeah, we just need to find ourselves a female ovis, whenever that may be. I'll probably just cryo freeze him. But yeah, we have him. We have an ovis. And now for today's episode. Hello and welcome back to Imperial Applications and Soloing ARK. Today is almost moving day. But today is not moving day yet. Today is actually the day where I show you all these green markers, and you get to decide where we're moving to. So I'm gonna go and during this whole episode show off all these locations, these beautiful locations or strategic locations, and you get to tell me, don't do it. Oh, you made a big mistake there, buddy. And you get to tell me in the comments where are you... Get back here. And you get to tell me where you think we should be spending the rest of our time on the island. So, without further ado, and as I already showed you guys before, we have an ovis. I got so lucky finding him. Now I need to find a female, and we can have unlimited mutton, which will be good for taming later dinos. So, without further ado, let me go to the first area, which will be the fork. So, as we arrive at the location that I call the fork, I call it the fork because it looks like a tuning fork over here. It's only on the very southern peninsula, right over here. Now, there are some criteria that I have to make what I call a good base. Now, just because an area meets the criteria I have does not mean that is where I will pick. That is all up to you. I'm just showing you guys the criteria that I have set out for us. So, the criteria for a good base, in my opinion, has to have a water source, has to have open space for breeding, has to be defendable, and there has to be metal, rocks, and trees nearby in order for us to create a successful area. The fork has water, has some decent open space if you can clear out the trees. It is defendable if you can wall off certain areas, and there are rocks and trees, but as far as I know from sitting up here, there is no metal unless... Actually, there is. There is metal up on the crest of the hill right here. If we set Andrew up there and just put him on there in a defendable... with a wall and stuff, we could create a metal refinery up there. So, this place does meet all the criteria, and as you see on the screen here, I will be keeping track of that. Although there are some cons to this location. It is very large and hard to defend every single lane of attack, but we could do it. It's just going to take a lot of resources, a lot of time, and a lot of effort. Now, on to the next location, which is the plateau. And the plateau area. I call it the plateau because there's just a couple of mesas, plateaus, I guess you can call them. That's located right over here. I'm not exact with my coordinates, but it's very close. Now, it does have water source from the rivers here, and it does lead to the main river here. It doesn't have the most open space, but if you can wall off this entire area, it is defendable. Because if I set up base up on this mesa or this mesa, well, plateau, I am safe from any dinos coming to attack me. I could wall off right there and wall off this entire area, and it will be safe. I have not found any metal in the area, but there is plenty of rocks and trees, so that brings up 3 out of the 4 criteria. Because the metal is not present, I cannot include it as one of our resources here. We would have to go somewhere else to find it. Now for the next location, the Cascade Falls, or as I had to put it, Cascade Fall. If you're not already able to tell while I call it Cascade Falls, this is what I mean, because there are 2 waterfalls, one right after the other, that leads right into this little basin that goes to the swamp or back towards the plateau area. We are right next to the green beacon. I like this area not only because of some of its qualities. I do think it is very aesthetically pleasing here as well. It is a very pretty place to live. Now onto the criteria. It is a water source, if that wasn't already prevalent. There is a decent amount of open space around here, especially out that way. It is defendable if you can close off the areas around here and around here. There are rocks and trees, and so far I have not been able to locate metal unless I am looking at that right there, but those look like just to be regular rocks. So there is no metal here either. So I would have to find a different location to find metal. Now on to the next location, which is actually not very far from here, so I will not cut this one out, is Crater Lake. Most of these locations, people won't be calling them the exact same. I call them this because that's just what I take out of what I get the name from, I guess. Sorry about that stuttering, everyone. But yeah, no. So far as I'm looking down, there aren't any metal rocks around, which does pose a slight issue because hey, look at that. Because finding metal would be only a little bit of an issue. Oh, come on, go around. There we go. And this is one I've already found before. Awesome. Alright, and on to Crater Lake, which is actually right over here. So yeah, Cascade Fall is over there. This is Crater Lake, as I call it, because it's just one big crater from around here all the way around up here. This is the Crater Lake. I really like the area because it's pretty. It's one giant water location, which does make building a little harder. You would have to build on stilts, which I'm okay with doing. It's a lot of columns. Criteria, there is plenty of water. There is plenty of open space for breeding. There is rocks and trees. Not as many rocks as the last location, but it's still quite a lot. But again, no metal. So I would still have to go somewhere else to find metal. So I cannot chalk this up to all 4 criteria again. But, like I said, it is not up to me to decide where we are going. I have to take off my gloves because they're in the way of the map. But yeah, so it's not up to me, ultimately, onto where we move on to. This is just the criteria I have given myself for coming up with a base location. I want you guys to decide where we eventually move off to. But now we're going to move on to the riverbed. Change of plans. We were going to go to the hidden lake and actually we were going to go to the riverbed, but I just found a female ovis and I cannot pass that opportunity up. So we're going to go head back home really quick because this is something I cannot miss. A female Ovis and a male Ovis. That is more important than anything. But as we pass over it, this is the riverbed location that I was looking at. There are rocks, trees, water source. There is a metal source just right up here on this plateau. I can set Andrew up there. And it is defendable as long as I wall off certain areas. So this is actually one of my favorite spots. I'll see you guys back at base, actually. Coming in for the home stretch, we have the Ovis coming down towards the taming pen to meet up with the other Ovis. As soon as we have both of them, I am going to be extremely happy. And then we'll head up to the hidden lake. And then to our very last location for this episode. Oh, this is a great day. I was not ready for this. I was not expecting to have another... Excuse me? I was not expecting to have another Ovis yet today, so this is exciting. Come here, little Ovis, you're gonna be mine. I don't care what your level is because, well, that's just not important. Do you have any? No, you don't have extra berries. You do, however. Give me those. Ta-da! We now have two Ovis, a male and a female, and don't worry about following me, but wow, you are overweight fast. Alright, you come here to the middle. That'll keep you safer. I could just freeze up both of them, but I don't really want to use up the cryopods right now on them. But now, so we have shown... I hate these gloves. So we have shown off the fork, the plateau, Cascade Falls, Crater Lake. Got a quick glimpse of the riverbed. Now we're going to head up to Hidden Lake, and then after that, the Mosh Pit. And that'll be the locations for the episode. After that, I'm going to check how much time we have left, and we'll see what else we can do. So, I'm going to head up to Hidden Lake, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so mainly because I was in a hurry earlier, I didn't really get to show you guys the riverbed location. This is that location. Located right here on the map, and actually I got pretty accurate when I did the coordinates. But yeah, this is the location. So it's got plenty of rocks, trees, water. There is metal on that little plateau right over there. Oh crap. Yeah, and there is plenty. It is easily defendable if you just wall off that location, wall off over there, and wall off all the way down there if you want, depending on how big you want the area. There's a plenty of space for breeding. You know, you can make this area as large as you want it to be. So yeah, it's a pretty good location for a base, I would say. One of the best ones, but I still think that a Crater Lake is one of the best, honestly. But yeah, on to Hidden Lake, and I'll see you there. And the oh so beautiful Crater Lake, Hidden Lake, as you saw in the game trailer for the very first trailer of ARK. Sorry, lost my train of thought for a second. Very beautiful area. It has a very large open water source. Not huge open space for breeding, but over there could be set up, or over this way where this loot box is. It is very easily defendable as long as you wall off that entrance, this entrance, and the one all the way over there. And maybe if you really feel like it, putting spikes along the rim of the crater here. Not necessary, but you could do that if you really felt like it. There are rocks and trees, however, as I have been looking around this area, I have not found any metal. So you would have to find somewhere else to set up a metal refinery. So it does not meet all the criteria, but it is still an amazing area to look at. This is a very beautiful place, and honestly my favorite location in all of ARK. You know, it's one of the prettiest, and it's the first location you ever see in the game. So it's, you know, it's amazing. But now we move on to our very last location, which is the Mosh Pit, which I did show you in last episode, I believe, when we tamed the Pelagornis, when we had to go and head up north. So let's head over there and see its pros and cons. So before we head to the mosh pit, I was just heading around the island trying to uncover the rest of my minimap and grabbing loot drops. I found a Uranus. Not only that, I found a level 150 Uranus. I'll have to come back for that eventually. It's like they want me to get a Gallimimus or a Iguanodon or other things like that because they just keep handing me stuff for them. Yeah, no, I've just been heading around collecting all the loot drops I can find because, I mean, they're nice. There's some pretty nice stuff. Level 55, wow. Compared to the other one I found, you suck. Yeah, no, I'm just collecting all that I can find. Just because, you know, having stuff is nice. Even though I realize I'm moving soon, and I want to not have as much stuff, but it's stuff. I can't say no. I know there's another XP box around here somewhere around up here. So we'll grab that as well. But yeah, we're almost to the mosh pit, and I'll see you there in a minute. So as we're pulling into the mosh pit, I just wanted to show you this is along these bushes where I found that male Ovis the very first time. It really shocked me seeing one right there, and the fact that there were no predators nearby is why I was able to snatch it. That other one was over in the forest near the riverbed. It was about, if that's Crater Lake, I was up around right here. And that's where I saw that, and because there were no predators at the moment, I was able to snatch that female Ovis. So, I got really lucky, and wow, there's a Megalodon right here. So, the mosh pit. It has a water source over here. Let me head up so you can see better. So there's a water source over there. There's plenty of rocks and trees. A lot of open space back there. You don't want to set up any real structures or dinos around here, here, or here, because that's where most of the enemy dino spawns are, and you don't want to cut those off. So it can be defendable if you wall off up to this big rock and use this big rock as a landmark, so you can wall off like this entire section, which is a lot of work. So it can be defendable, but no metal. Again, the closest metal is probably going to be out here in the snow biome or maybe up on the mountain right here. But yeah, there's really no close metal, so I can't effectively give that as a good criteria for this base. But it is so important around here because this is a great place to get XP, and considering I have 1300 seconds right now, I might be staying here for a little bit getting some XP. Depending on how much time we have left, I might just either cut here and just meet you back at home after I take the rest of these 1300 seconds to kill things, or yeah, we'll just see where to go from there. So I'll be right back. Alright, so finally arriving back at base. I got quite a lot of loot drops along the way. Killed a couple alphas. Killed an alpha raptor, which actually was what pushed me over the edge to gaining my next level, which is level 81, I believe, which we're just going to go ahead and throw back into Fortitude. We're level 81. Let us see where that leaves us. All the way down here. We can get the scuba stuff, finally. Fortunately, I'm going to have to level up again in order to get everything, but right now I ended up learning the vault because we will be needing that when we move on to our next base. But right now we're just gonna leave it there, actually. So let us take a look at all the gear and equipment we acquired going along the way. So let me pull everything I found. And not all of this I found. Some of this is just stuff that was already here. Skip all the prime meat. Well, okay, the scrap metal is more from killing tech dinos. Anything else important? Oh yeah, we found some of these as well. So what did we loot? We got an Alpha Raptor Claw, some RG Talons, some chitin boots, some more cloth stuff. That isn't as good. I'm only doing this for, basically this base is going to be in case I die and I need someplace to come back to. I can always respawn here and have some at least decent cloth armor. A bunch of new crossbows, a Gallimimus saddle, a blueprint for ghillie boots, which is much better than what I have here. It is Hypo 2.5 and Hyper 44. This is 30 and 2, so has slightly better Hypo, but much better hyperthermic. We looted these Ramshackle ghillie gauntlets, which are better than the normal ones. We have some better boots, still better gloves, much better pants, better journeyman shirt, an iguanodon saddle, an apprentice mammoth saddle, so maybe I should get a mammoth one day. A medium crop plot, we're going to throw that out. We're going to keep the metal foundation and the metal wall. An apprentice packy saddle, a better pike. I did loot a blueprint a while back in between episodes and got an apprentice pike, but we're going to go ahead and swap that out. I did also loot a metal hatchet and a pick, a couple of raptor bone costumes, a scope, and that's what we got. So let us drop down here and deposit some of the stuff, do some quick inventory management real quick. We're going to go ahead and drop the... Oh, I didn't grab the metal off you. Where's the metal? There it is. Oh, and a green drop has come down. Okay, we're going to drop this, light the fire. Let's see, what do we have in here? I did find that blueprint, which I believe I did create, but now I found a couple better ones, so we do have those. We're going to drop those there for now. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to take the blueprints and those and take that. I did craft the fabricator. I don't know if I've already said that. And we're going to take all this up to the warehouse really quick. After we grab this green drop, because it's already down apparently. Didn't see it, but now I have, so we're going to go grab that. We're going to head up to the warehouse, do some inventory sorting, and I think we're going to leave it there. It's a slightly shorter episode, but with it being our location scouting, you know, I have to, I'm basically going to, in between this episode and the next time, I'm not going to record an episode until I have your guys's, oh, this is crap, have your guys' decision for where you want us to move to. So I'm going to wait on the next episode for that till I get your guys' input. Don't worry, I will still be putting out other episodes of Shadow of War, Spyro, Beacon. Where are you going? Where are you going? What are you doing? Oh, he was about to just jump off the edge. Stay. Spyro, Shadow of War, Barrel Chama, you know, I'm still going to be putting those out, but I will be waiting to hear from you guys on where you want us to move to. Let's see, building materials, no. Taming, yes, I don't have it on me though. Seeds, no. Hide, no. Chitin, keratin, no. Trophies, I do have a trophy, 2 trophies. You know, I'll include those there. So I've killed so far 3 bone raptors. So that's a bit of an accomplishment. Blueprints, we have quite a few. We can put that there and that. Those, I will be making those very soon. Put those in there. That's all the blueprints. Saddles, we do have a couple of saddles we can get rid of. Farming. It's just fertilizer from what everything. Tools is basically any armor or extra tools we have, so I can break those down later. I'm going to go ahead and keep these for the moment. We don't need that or that. Those gloves, we can keep. One of the hats, don't need those, and that. I'm going to go see which of these are better over in the, you'll see where I keep it. Artifacts, cementing paste, and that's it for the boxes, but we are starting to fill up on all our stuff, so let's go ahead. I'll show you what I'm doing with all the cloth over here, with the cloth armor, to show you what I mean by in case I have to respawn here. Basically, if I have to respawn at the bed down here for some reason, I can always respawn and grab a bit of armor and deposit it here. I have some cloth armor in case I need it. So this is 16.8, that's 13. We can get rid of that. And this is 23, and that's 14, so we can get rid of that. And put that there. And I have some bolas, a decent bow, and a bunch of arrows in case I need it. Also a campfire. That is freaking out. I don't like that. What's in here? Ah, we have... Oh, wow, I've been storing a lot of poop, apparently. I didn't remember that. I'm going to go ahead, take those arrows back, and we're going to deposit them back where they need to go. But I think we can leave this episode here. Oh, yeah, I've frozen up Flying Bait, Andrew, Poop Buddy, our Pelagornis, and Tracy. And I will be freezing up XP Buddy and our two Ovises and flying with these guys, taking our Tech Parasaur, Barry, Dwayne, and our Builder Beaver to the next base location. I will have stuff loaded on them, and I will take them using Beacon to wherever the location is. Again, here are the locations we have for our next base. And yeah, so please choose a location. Let me know down in the comments where you think our base will be. Now, don't get me wrong. I will have other places along this map. We'll have outposts and little structures. There's definitely going to be some stuff over here at the mosh pit. Probably some stuff up here in the mountains, up in the frost biome. But one of these locations will have our actual base, where we set up everything we need. All our vaults, our fabricator, generator, everything we'll need for the rest of the game. But that is up to you guys. So until next time, take it easy. So I know I said I was ending the video, but I was taking a look around in the area. You know, I'm just kind of clearing things out, you know, getting ready for the move. But I happened to spot a, well, he's one, it's a 135 RG. If I can find him. I know he's right there. I'm just trying to, there. A female 135. She's going to be ours. And I realize we don't have any kibble to tame her with, but what we do have access to is mutton. What I'm going to do is breed up our two Ovises, and, well, their baby is not going to last for very long. So, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate for the two of them, but I'm going to get this RG in her pen, and we're going to tame her. So, this is actually going to make our move a lot easier, because we'll have two RGs, and, yeah, it's going to make everything much easier on us. So all I'm going to show for this part is getting her in the pen, starting the taming process, and getting her tamed up. So once we have her in the pen and we're starting the taming process, I'll bring you back in a bit. Come on, wide on around. I was flying around on the beacon, but this RG just caught my attention. Oh, that was just too easy. Alright, thank you, bud. You can go away now. I only needed you for that. Thank you. Alright, and Beaconator, do you have... You do not. It's right here. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so I had to run home really quick because I still need to make up a sword in order to handle our baby Ovis. I realized that this is going to take more time in terms of using the cryopods, because it takes 300 seconds in between each use. So I can't take both Ovis out at the exact same time because one will fall asleep. So I'm going to have to do this on the move. We're going to take them up to our downed RG and breed them there. And then once the baby pops out, we'll go from there. So I'll see you guys back once I'm breeding. Alright, and we can begin our breeding process. And once the mating is complete and she starts gestating, I'm going to re-cryo him so we can get at least him out here. And then once she has popped out the baby, I'll cryopod her, deal with the baby, and we're going to have mutton. Ooh, maybe I should have waited at least a little bit till your food went down a little more. I also have picked up an extra set of hide armor, a large storage box, a mortar and pestle, some a pick, and some other things from, going around. Oh yeah, and I also just picked up a pike. So yeah, no, once I might cryopod her again while she's gestating, and then once the food on you is low enough. Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna, once her gestation gets down really low, like it's almost done, I'll cryopod her. Wait for this RG's food to get down, and then when this one's ready, I'm gonna pop her out so she can pop the baby out, and then deal with it. So it's gonna be a bit of a process, and if you're wondering why I'm in such a hurry today, I am on a very tight schedule right now. So I'm just trying to get everything done. And I realized that I already, said goodbye at the end of at the end of a couple clips ago. It was supposed to be the end of the video, but then I found this RG, and I realized I could not let it slip through my fingers like that 140 had. So I had to get this done now. So and I couldn't just. Oh, that's actually damaged. And I couldn't just tame it off screen because after that tech parasaur, I mean, that was a tech parasaur, but this is an Argent. I had to show this one, so, the mating's almost done, so this Ovis is about to say goodbye for a little while. Oh, those are pretty eyes. I know that they're, some of the dumbest creatures on the Ark, but damn, are those pretty eyes. Okay, she has 4 minutes. Once her time gets down to maybe like 30 seconds or so, I'll cryopod her back up. But this Ovis gets to go by for a little while. Oh, yeah, your berries. You're probably going to eat a lot because you're pregnant now. But yeah, so I'll see you guys once I am ready to feed her up. Well, we're about ready to feed our Argent, which means no. No, you've got to be. No. No! Oh. No. How could I have known? I didn't know. I didn't know freezing an Ovis before it gave birth made the gestation go away. Okay. Well, I'll see you in 9 minutes, when I can remate the Ovis and get another baby, so I'll see you in 9 minutes. Alright, and with 5 seconds to go, this is going to be messy. So, she's going to give birth. It's little baby Ovis. I'm going to imprint on her. Not that I really need to. I'm going to get rid of you. I still can't believe. I even went on the wiki, and yeah, it said it gets rid of, the little one. You have to admit, though. Oh. She is very cute. But, with all that's funny. Cooked prime fish meat, you're not even going to live for, well, too much longer. Oh. Oh, give me the button. Give me the button. Oh, I only got 7? Well, that wasn't. I'm stuck crouching. There we go. Hopefully it's enough. In case it's not, we're gonna just pick up some more meat. Oh, here we go. Mutton away. Prime meat away. I don't even know where. Oh, the prime came from the baby. Okay. Oh, wow. For those of you who didn't want to see that, I'm sorry. We're gonna get about 66 levels out of her, I believe. Oh, there goes all the mutton. Now she's eating straight prime meat. Oh. Hello there, you are my Argent. What are we gonna name you? This one. This is important. And I've got it. This is the Imperator. She will be our flagstone. She will represent everything that is the Empire. Alright, now once you following me, once you following the beacon, let's go home. And that's it for the episode. I promise you, that was... Oh, there's a purple drop. Okay, well, that's all for that I have to show you guys for the episode. Remember to... oh, you've got to be kidding me. Remember to vote down below which base location you want us to go to. Here they all are again. And I'll see you guys next time when we decide to move. You guys are the ultimate decision on where we go, so... You know, wherever you pick, I bet it's going to be a good decision. So, I'll see you guys then. Until then, take it easy.